So let's talk about the family office. Um, that's an interesting because even before a lot of athletes previously, this whole 30 for 30 about athletes going broke, right? And that was kind of stereotyped for a long period of time that athletes get money and they still go broke. Unfortunately, there's still some level of truth to that, but we're seeing that starting to change. Athletes getting into investing, taking their business a lot more serious. So, can you explain what a family office is for anybody that doesn't know? And what was that your idea that you pitched to KD, or was that his idea that he pitched to you that he wanted to set up and start to really, invest in a variety of different things and have a more structured organization when it comes to his finances?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess the way we we look at Kevin's family office is that, Kevin generates money from a multiple of places, multitude of places, on court, Nike, investments in public markets, investments in private equity, investments in venture. Kevin is a very philanthropic young man with a long life in front of him, and he wants to do a lot for his hometown of PG County. And then there's also just like the business of operating an athlete's life at the highest level, which is trainers and chefs and the amount of movement they do. He doesn't have a family currently. So, during the summer, he's moving and working out in different places and traveling. And what we were able to do is build a company around that. That's whole sole purpose was building generational wealth for Kevin, building philanthropic legacy in PG County, managing the people in his life that handle public stocks, that handle private equity. We do a lot of the venture and sports investing, but we've put incredible experts around us. But this family office sits at the center of it. And I don't think it was ever like necessarily one of our ideas or the other. But when we got to the Bay, well, first of all, in talking about decision making and where he was going to play, for Kevin, it was always going to be about basketball. But for me, as his agent, I needed to look at what came with that. Because if he's going to work as hard as he's going to work every single day in the gym and every day in practice, damned if I didn't work as hard and think that way and show up to everything and be proactive. So we get to the Bay. It's no joke. It's the first, second, third night we're there. And Steve Stout says we're going to throw Kevin a birthday party at Ben Horowitz's house. And Steve has always been somebody who's like giving me the, hey, you should go this way or look that way. You know what I'm saying? Like his style of mentoring. He's an incredible friend of mine, 20 plus years, but like mentoring comes in different shapes and sizes. It's not like, yo, come on, man. It's our Monday morning breakfast. Let me give you the game. It's just like little nods or little things to consider. And he was like, yo, we're going to throw this dinner for Kevin. And he didn't really tell me much more, but the idea was that he was bringing people that he was meeting. And he had been out there for a few years. And all of a sudden, I was like, Googling names in real time. Oh, shit. That's Ron Conway. They call him the godfather of angel investing. Well, shit. Well, then I got to know the godfather of angel investing. And it was that night where I left there. The first people we met were those type of people. And the next day I followed up on every relationship. And then every time I sat down for dinner and I said, someone said to me, where do you guys want to focus? You think about early stage, Series A, Series B? I said, do me a favor. Tell me what all that means quick. And as soon as he told me what all that meant, I never forgot it again. And I kept learning and compounding that information. And all of a sudden we were investing. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have institutional knowledge of it, but I had a great instinct. I could read people. Kevin and I would share ideas and share thoughts. We'd sit with founders and companies that we understood. If it was something that was over our head or something that we couldn't relate to, it didn't matter if we were going to miss it. We just started building it. And that all of a sudden it was like, shit, this is at the core of our business right now, is that we're getting great deal flow. We're respectful of the process and we're good investors once we invest. So that was kind of how that side of our business started. And when Boardroom started to take off and I saw all the possibilities around Boardroom, like any media business, you start seeing it works and it's hopefully limitless. Do conferences, products, subscription, TV, film, but you built the brand at the core. In order for us to go and do that and take a chance on something, it's not like we're innovating. We just built a brand for ourselves and something that we hope can grow and be something that's truly respected. But I had to make sure Kevin's business was tight because that's like how we got here. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to make sure it was clear that like the respect I have for that side of Kevin's business, the family office, I was never going to take my eye off of. So that's kind of how we
So you
separated it.
manage the situation, kinda. You overlook the family. Like, so who all right, he has a lawyer. He has a financial advisor.
Oh yeah, I forgot I'm on your leisure. I'm gonna break down this details. He's got
This is going to be a slide on board.
public stock portfolio managers.
Okay.
We have somebody in the camp that works with us on private equity deals, later stage investments, sports investments and properties, but my eyes are on it all. I talked to Kevin about it all. We're all pretty seamless team. There's venture, which my office, the 35V office, does a lot of that work. And then there's Kevin's philanthropic kind of like two sides to that. His father runs Team Durant, which is his AAU organization. His mother runs the Durant Family Foundation. We have a standalone building in PG County called the Durant Center, where there's a college track program at the ground floor, which is a partnership with Emerson Collective and Lorene Jobs. And then there's the Durant Family Foundation offices in there as well. And then Kevin has a lifetime deal with Nike, and he's on his 17th shoe that will come out next summer. So we're on 16 right now. So that all operates within that family office. And then all of those people, his lawyer, his business manager that's paying bills and doing estate planning and insurance and paying chefs and security, they work with us as well. And then we have like our private equity guy.
That's a lot. That is a lot. That's a hell of a portfolio. I wonder, as you're building this portfolio out, is there a vision to say, you know what? Because people don't mention KD as the next billion-dollar athlete, but based on everything that we're seeing from a business standpoint, the trajectory is right there. Are there strategic goals and how to reach those goals? Is that part of the planning as well?
Yeah. Well, it sucks that he's not, because he should be as much as anybody.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
I think because he's quiet. He doesn't
yeah.
really talk. He's not really on social
Yeah,
media.
I want to get to the talking part too, because
yeah,
good.
Yeah, no, but I think one thing that somebody made a point of saying to me a few years ago that stuck with me is like, at some point you got to start thinking about making sure you like what you own and you want what you own. Like, it can't just be in investing in things because you think the investment's great. You should really want what it is that you own. So I think for us, like, that's been part of the strategy. It's like, all right, you've built this incredible core base where, because of your hard work and your gifts and your skills, you were able to make an insane amount of money on the court. And because you were able to have a level of relevance and an incredible encore business to build a Nike business for 17 years, you now have a lifetime deal. So that's incredible. And you've put great people around you to build your wealth upon wealth. But you're 35 now. You're going to retire 40 years old, 41 years old, 39, 43, whatever it is. He's not going to play forever. So how do you maintain that level of income? Well, how are you going to make 50 fixed on another job in the world besides the NBA, right? And Nike is a level of cash and royalties. So there's some commitment and annuity in knowing you have that. But then you got to think about, like, what do I want to do? So he loves the idea that him and I own Boardroom 50-50, but building a business it's all a variable, right? Like, you don't know if that's going to bring you great wealth or not, but that's part of the portfolio. He's invested in sports teams, which is part of the future. And he was able to get in at MLS at a very low price, and valuations have exploded. And we've put a lot of bets in a lot of different sports properties. And post-career, I'm sure Kevin will take a shot at owning a major sports team. And so all of that will add to the wealth. But then it's starting to identify things that we want to keep building out and things that Kevin wants to own. Is it real estate? Is it consumer brand? Is it in the QSR space? You know, you look at what like Junior Bridgman built, exceptional. You guys had him on the conference. You know, I think a lot of these businesses that are more kind of familiar and traditional are all of a sudden really attractive, with the idea that, like, the economy's fucked up and crypto went away and NFTs are dead, all these headlines you read, and just the reality of the world. So now all of a sudden things like Burger King start to seem way safer, you know?
Somebody's got to eat.